Hey guys, it's Robin Robbins here. I'm at our big annual event. I'm here with Stephen Spiegel, founder of CrewHu, and we're in Orlando. We have 2,200 MSPs, both virtually and in person, around 1,000 people in person, so it's a packed event. And people are just flocking to your booth. They're loving your message. So I wanted to grab you real quick and make sure my audience knows who you are and what you do, because I think it's very unique and very cool. Real quick, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
My name is Steve Spiegel. I'm the CEO and founder of CrewHu. We're a rewards and recognition platform for MSPs, and we help their teams focus on the metrics that matter to help them grow and to become more profitable.
Okay, and so I have a question for him. I thought it was kind of interesting because I think this is exactly what he does. And a question I get all the time is, how do you motivate, Robin, how do I motivate my employees? Because, even if you give them more pay, sometimes that doesn't motivate them. And then, even doing the heavy hand, hey, you will do this, and, that doesn't motivate people either. So the question I have for you is, how do you motivate your engineers, your techs, your salespeople without increasing their salary and the overhead for the MSP?
Yeah, well, by focusing them on the metrics that matter, the behaviors, the leading indicators. So number of tickets closed, resolution time, and you want to celebrate those daily wins. And these rewards, they're micro rewards. They're small rewards. It's not like a big salary increase, but they appreciate being recognized on a daily basis for the hard work they do. And what usually happens is that you have a lot of people that work in this industry that really want to help people. I mean, sometimes it's a thankless job, and owners forget about this. And when they don't recognize them, say thank you, give them a small reward for what they're doing. They disengage just a little bit. You might not even notice at first, but all of a sudden you have an average MSP. Profits are down. You can't seem to get sales up. You can't hit that ceiling. Usually you get to 1 million, you can't figure out how to get past that. And then again at 3 million, and people get stuck all the time. And typically MSPs come to us when they get to that stuck point, when they stop growing, when they keep having employee issues and there's more drama than actually business being done in the organization.
Yeah, and I think a couple really smart things about what you do. And if you're an MSP and you're sitting there, how do I motivate people? What you just said about the engineers, they're constantly on the firing line. I have a friend who works in the pharmacy business, and and when people come into a pharmacy, they're sick, or they're caring for someone who is sick. A lot of times they can't afford their medications, so they're stressed out, and the pharmacist typically gets they get nailed. And when you're in tech, people don't call you if everything's perfect. They call you when the system's down. They can't get their email. They might be frustrated and stressed out. And so you're right about the techs getting that. How do you get them to lean in and be engaged, right? Yeah. And I also like, because talk about, does your platform help, so does it measure those things, or does the MSP measure, and does it connect in with their PSA or RMM tool, or how does it work? How does your process work?
Yeah, we integrate with all the tools that you use every day. We integrate with the PSA. We integrate with Microsoft Teams, so all the feedback is coming in, all the recognition to the team is coming in, especially today when you may be remote and you're using MS Teams to communicate. You see all the recognition on a daily basis. We collect feedback. We make it very easy to collect feedback on tickets, and we see the great feedback and we see the bad feedback. So they have to do something with the bad, but they get to celebrate the great feedback. They also get to see it. They go, oh, great, this feels really good. You're also able to recognize people, give spot recognition, peer rewards right from your MS Teams instance. So you're not going to another application to do that. And we have these contests that the techs love, where they're having daily and weekly and monthly contests on the number of tickets that are being closed, resolution time, response time, tickets being escalated, all the metrics that really matters to keep your MSP productive and profitable.
So it basically makes the MSPs, the engineers, focus on the day-to-day metrics and doing the right things, and makes a game out of it, and then gives them reward and recognition for achieving that. And so it just naturally motivates people, because most employees, they get up every day and they're just doing enough not to get fired.
Yeah.
And they're disengaged. People say it all the time. Most employees are disengaged. And I think what your program does, what your platform does, which is very cool, is it helps focus on the day-to-day metrics that are going to end up making your customers happier, right? And making you more profitable too, right? And you could offer somebody a raise and they could still not clear tickets, not escalate properly, not do the right things. But if you make a game out of it and you're measuring it, and they can see and they can control, now they get more engaged, they're more excited about it, and now you're rewarding them from that. And people, like we all know, that's how people are incentivized. They want to gain recognition and reward, and by putting what you do in the daily mix, and it doesn't cost very much. You said, did I hear you say right? It was like 2% of their payroll costs, or
Yeah,
what?
well, when they budget a recognition program, we recommend putting 2% of their payroll cost in. Our software, typically is around $300 a month.
Okay, so it's nothing.
Yeah, and it is nothing. It shouldn't even be a conversation. I talk to my salespeople. they're talking about a discount. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't talk about price. Talk about how much value they're going to get if they're able to increase their net operating income by 1% or 2%. I mean, we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
Right. It's just, it makes sense. And we all know that overhead walks on two legs. So the one cost in a business that's a variable cost in the sense of performance is employees. So if you have if you can get your employees just to be 10%, 20% more productive, I mean, that absolutely goes right to your bottom line. Your customers are happier.
Yeah.
And that's what you do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you've Greg Crabtree here.
Yes.
And he's probably going to talk about his metric, LER.
LER,
right?
Yeah.
And
labor efficiency ratio.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see the labor efficiency ratio improve when you're putting together contests. If you talk to any neurologist out there, they'll tell you, have a contest all the time. Keep people engaged.
It does. It totally does. I mean, that's why we do the Better Your Best contest, because people want to, they want to win, and that incentivizes and that moves them. So I think it's great. So if anybody watching this wanted to learn more about you, I mean, how do they engage? Do you have a demo? Do they it's a conversation?
We have a demo. You go to CrewHu.com, you can click on the demo link, and you'll be set up automatically with one of our account executives. We'll have a 30-minute discovery call to see if it's actually a fit for you. And then you go from there. We also have a free trial, so you could try it before you buy it. And for the risk of what it costs, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do too. I think so. If you're out there and you're going, how do I motivate my employees without giving them big raises, which, by the way, giving somebody a raise doesn't automatically guarantee that they're going to be motivated, right? I think this is a super elegant, cool idea, and I would really recommend you guys check it out. So what's the website again?
It's CrewHu.com, CrewHu.com. You can check it out there. We also have a downloadable, CrewHu.com/goals, GOALS.
Just in case, with the S. All right, well, Stephen, hey, it's been great having you here. I really appreciate it. Go check it out, guys. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.